distinguished members of administration, board of trustees and faculty, devoted parents and friends, and lastly, members of the incredible class of 2015. It is my distinct honor and privilege to have been elected to speak on behalf of my class today. I am here to encapsulate what this fantastic group of young women is about as we move forward towards a new chapter of our lives. From about the age of 6, I've been consistently asked the same question by family, friends, teachers, cashiers, blatant strangers, and telemarketers everywhere. Did you know you kind of sound like a man? As a young girl, I'm sure you can imagine that I found this pretty horrifying. But over time, I've learned to love it. One of my most distinguishable qualities has always been that I have a pretty unique voice. It's not only loud, but also low. Through theater experiences and some therapy sessions with my mom, I have learned to count my manly voice as a blessing. I can be heard over pretty much anyone at any time. And if I need the attention of a room, I can accomplish it with little to no strain. But that's not the only reason I cherish my voice. I thank God for my voice because for the past 4 years, I attended a school that has taught me that what I say matters. I've met people who have shown me that my thoughts expressed verbally can inspire the indifferent and challenge the conventional. One would think that I've primarily learned this lesson from the Ursuline administrators and teachers, whose prevailing mission is to instill the qualities inherent in the tagline, voice, values, vision, in every student who walks through the doors of the school. I can most definitely say that because of the talented faculty and dedicated administration, those 3 words and everything they stand for will stay with me for the rest of my life. But from the 194 voices coexisting on this stage with me today, I learned lessons that I could never learn in the classroom. I now know that because I've had the gift of attending a school where I was not only taught, but shown that my thoughts and opinions count, I now have the power to impact the world around me in my own way. The first significant lesson I learned about voice came very early on in my high school career. It is that your voice is what makes you stand out and distinguishes you from all who came before you and all who will come after you. It feels like yesterday that the freshman class of 2015 cautiously entered this very gym for our first pep rally. Mind you, this pep rally was occurring after the respective sports team had already won. We were really just congregating to do a few cheers, pat ourselves in the back. As our class sat down in the freshman section of the bleachers, which is right over here, sitting right next to us were the seniors doing their infamous we are, the seniors cheer. This chant, although super redundant and pretty unoriginal, functions as sort of a rite of passage for every senior class. Confused as to what the freshmen should do to display class spirit, a few of us, in our infinite 14-year-old wisdom, decided to get up the courage to start a freshman chant. Believe it or not, we decided it would be an awesome idea to use the seniors' age-old chant and replace the word seniors with freshmen. As you can all imagine, we were booed very loudly and given a few death glares mixed with head shakes. In that moment of pure terror, I knew that I belonged to the right class. I could already tell we had some spunk. Whether that was a good or a bad thing, I didn't know at the time. However, I did know that raising our voices to make us stand out would be no problem in the next 4 years. My freshman year predictions turned out to be accurate. Over the next 3 years, the class of 2015 used our voices to transition from timid freshmen into confident upperclassmen. We finally learned all the words to the school song and sang it proudly at every assembly and prayer service we could. We also used our voices sophomore years to cheer on our Spirit Week dodgeball team to victory. That win will live on in all of our hearts forever, I can assure you that. But it wasn't until junior year that I learned my next big lesson about voice, that it helps us to grow in our relationships with God and each other. As I'm sure most of you know, there are 195 of us up here today, but not every member of the class of 2015 is physically on this stage right now. We are so very beyond blessed to have a sister up in heaven today, Miss Jordan Angelina Hope. Jordan passed away at the beginning of our junior year, and as anyone can imagine, it absolutely devastated us. She was so beautiful in every single way. She was kind, smart, one of those few people who was a friend to everyone, and most definitely used her voice to do good in the world during the time she was here. In the days, weeks, and months following her death, I have never seen more loving and caring words exchanged in my entire life. I saw some of my classmates who didn't traditionally get along, holding and helping each other in the hallways. I saw people starting random acts of kindness trains that permeated the entire school. I saw 195 girls care so deeply about each other that I don't think there's any way that I can't call these people next to me family, because I know that I love them and they love me. Through Jordan's death, I learned that voices heal, like the a cappella choirs did when they sang so beautifully at Jordan's funeral. Voices deepen our faith, which I found through praying together as a class throughout the grieving experience. And most importantly, my classmates in this school showed me that voices have the power to unite. Speaking kind words, cracking a joke to brighten a friend's day, or singing our favorite song from High School Musical every day in the cafe as a class create memories and inseparable bonds that will connect us for the rest of our lives. I think our class can thank Jordan for teaching us that our ability to vocalize our inner thoughts is such a gift because they can convey love, compassion, and empathy in a way nothing else can. So, with this realization, I bring you all to the final lesson Ursuline Academy and this amazing class of 2015 have taught me about voice. Over the past 4 years, I have learned that since our words can be so authentic and inspired, with an Ursuline education, we can use our voices to change the communities around us, and I have no doubt the world someday. Already, I have seen my talented classmates distinguish themselves and promote change in our school and local community. I feel as though I can equate our voices to an echo in a cave. Stay with me here. When someone shouts in a cave, the sound vibrates and touches every single thing in that space. Every part of that cave is affected by that sound. So to you all, my classmates and my sisters, I say, never stop raising your voice, because every single thing you have to say is valuable. And choose what you have to say wisely, because your voice affects every single person and thing around you, and is a reflection of who you are to others. You've shown over these 4 years your ability to raise your voices in so many amazing ways. For those blessed with angelic singing voices, never stop using your beautiful tone to move people. It is powerful. For those who have stepped up to lead in many capacities here at UA, always remember to listen to the voices around you to guide your decision making. For those who have shown witness to our faith through community service, continue to be the voice for the disadvantaged and those in our community who need your help. For those who have excelled in athletics, let your voice be heard as you play as a team, not as an individual. And never stop surprising people with your kind, lighthearted, caring personalities when you speak, as opposed to the intimidating image you put forth on the court, field, track, and field. For those whose voice is depicted through artistic expression, be it drawing, sculpting, or dancing, always use your creativity to inspire, awe, and entertain. For those who have participated in the many politically focused clubs, be a voice for our generation and continue to motivate young people to stay involved and informed about the world around them. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw one of you on the news or as president one day. I mean that. And for all of you who have continued to use your voice in the classroom as active participants in the learning process, never stop inquiring and pursuing perfection. Your academic abilities push me every day and will influence your peers in college and beyond. You have used the gifts God has given you to inspire, advance, diversify, and transform each of us in this class of 2015. Continue to use your amazing talents and let your voices echo around your community and your world. I'm going to end with a quote by Steve Jobs that is so appropriate for this class and truly encompasses my wish for our futures. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of other people's opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Thank you, parents, for giving me the absolute privilege of going to school with your daughters. They are all so extremely talented and are poised to make a unique difference in their own ways. Thank you, Ursuline faculty, staff, and administration, for truly instilling voice, values, and vision in each and every one of you and us. I can almost promise you that I will not remember what the equation for force is, or what Latin roots make up the words of this speech. But what I will take away is the ability to think critically, question the norm, show compassion for others, and respect the dignity of every life. So, Ursuline Academy, you have accomplished your task. We really have learned not for school, but for life. And lastly, thank you to my sisters, the class of 2015. Through triumph, challenge, and so much love and laughter, fundamentally change